Greetings. Thanks for joining us today on Polk Salad.
We've started the season and had 2 great shows.
Great idea. That's smart.
And we've just settled in quite nicely.
It's September, my favorite month of the year, mostly because I have the easiest job today. I get to talk with our 2 education specialists, and we get to have a special guest today, Scott McClure. He's our city manager at Monmouth, about to head to Canby next month, and we're going to get to chat with him for a little while. We'll be right back. We're here with Jennifer Kubista. She's a superintendent at Central School District. Welcome.
Good to see you.
Like, we've done this how many times? I was trying to think. 3. I think this may be our 3rd.
Yeah, my motto this year with my staff is, and it sort of throws them off, I've been saying Happy New Year because it's a new school year.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's been, we're excited for the school year to begin.
So we're filming on the first day of school for freshmen, and then everybody else starts tomorrow.
6th graders
sixth
as well,
started
and
today?
then K through 5 is all
Everybody's
starting today.
pumped and ready to go.
Yeah, everybody's really excited to get school going.
And the police are checking speed limits, I'll bet you.
Yeah, there were, as I was driving in work today, they do a great job of putting some signage out, just reminders to families in our community, hey, school's about to start, and watch those school zones because it's really important.
It is. Yeah, I've been prepping for it. Our daughter back in California, one started 3 weeks ago, her kids, and the other 2 weeks ago. So this is more traditional, right after Labor Day. That's tradition. So tell us what's new this year.
Oh, we're excited for this year. This past spring, many of you may be aware that I did over 25 superintendent chats. 19 of them were with community, and then 6 of them were specifically for our staff, an opportunity for them. And we really worked on asking the community, really a handful of different questions. What are we good at? Strengths? Where do we need to improve? What opportunities are we not thinking about? And then what are the biggest challenges you see from the schools and from the district and those pieces? Also ask them, we need to hold ourselves accountable. So beginning to say, what should we hold ourselves accountable to as a school district or in a system? So spent the spring doing that. And this summer I dove into all of that data and have a first draft of our comprehensive strategic plan that we're excited to roll out.
Huge job.
Yeah, the board has been fantastic. Obviously, the board is a big part of that, but just the feedback from the community and our staff, very honest, very transparent, allowing us to have really good information as we build this plan for the next 4 years, because it will be a 4-year strategic plan with metric checkpoints every year.
Okay, so 4 years, and then you get to do it all over again?
Probably, or at least assess where we are with it.
I think 10-year plans are feasible, but it's true. You get a whole new crop of kids pretty much every 4 years too. Good time to reassess.
Yeah, and we're excited. But one of the things that I want to share with the community and as well as you is that we are going back out this fall for about between 3 and 5 chats with the community to show them really what I'm going to say is a draft of the plan and to get some final input from the community. Good. So again, we're going to share that. That'll be on our Facebook page as well as on the district website where people can get information if they want to come listen to me share all of the information that I have gathered in the 6 months.
Pages is it?
Oh,
novel.
The comprehensive that will go to the state, which is due in November, will be pretty extensive. But we will be working on a pretty a version that's easy for our community to really dig into and have an understanding. But we're very excited to share that information with everybody and get their final input before we put in our final planning.
When is the first one going to be then?
So we have a first one, actually is going to be, we have a parent advisory committee with our Latino families. And so we're going to do that next Wednesday. And then we have a couple of other dates. On September 24th at 6 o'clock we'll be at Henry Hill. On October 10th we'll be at Ash Creek Elementary. October 16th at Central High School. Again, all of these are 6 o'clock, and then our final one, we'll do another one October 23rd at Henry Hill. We're really wanting those that either had an original input to see what information they've shared with us, but anybody else that wants to really look and see what that plan is and how we're going to start to really, what I'm going to say is a high level, and then we'll start to put the details together with the buildings and the staff as we move forward.
So are you hoping that people from the community that have children involved, but also
Anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, we had handfuls of community members that did not have students that go to our schools, because I think it's important, right? We are the school district, but there are lots of community members that want to make sure that we have quality schools and what we're focusing on.
Yeah. Well, I'm remembering one of your emphasis was community involvement too.
It's one of our goals, community partnership. Yep.
Yeah. So I think that's awesome, and that'll also factor into
everything is tied to the 4 strategic goals of student growth and achievement, family involvement, community partnership, and staff leadership and continuous improvement. So even our accountability system, the metrics are under each one of those goals.
Each goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll work with the board in the next year of establishing what is our actual goal for those, and so we'll start working through some of those fun things. So we're really excited. I mean this, the community, our students, our staff have just done some excellent sharing of information to really help us build a quality plan.
Good. What are you looking forward to this year beyond that? After November, when you submit this to state, when that's over, what are you looking forward to?
So the next, I love walking through our building. First off, I love walking through our buildings. I love watching students learn. I love watching our staff when they have that aha moment of, hey, they pulled learning out of students.
Yeah.
So I'm always excited for that to start. But I'm also excited, we are also going to be sharing some information probably in the next month about an opportunity for community members to again get involved, because we need to look at some long-range planning.
Yeah.
For many people that don't know, I have closed all outside of our district enrollment. So if you do not live in our community, we are starting
You've got to focus on
those
who are paying
those that are living in our
taxes,
community. And so we need to start having a conversation about our growth and about our buildings and capacity. So we will be sharing again also with the community on a way to apply for communities to be involved. It will be probably a 1.5 to a 2-year process. So we are wanting people that will be committed to that. So that's another fun part that we're excited to really look at, again, long-range planning to support our community.
Yeah. Well, you have some new board members.
We do.
And I hope
it's been fantastic. We
been thrown in the deep end.
Yep,
we all swimming well.
Yep, and we I had the opportunity on August 19th. We get to have retreats or workshops. I watched the board, and again, I have 7 amazing bosses who worked extremely hard, focusing on just what's our responsibilities as a board, what's our relationship between the board and the superintendent, and then we spent a lot of time going over the first draft of the strategic plan, then giving feedback. We have really good board members that really care about our community.
Good. As far as staff goes, I know there were new principals last year. How's your turnover this year?
Everybody's the same.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
It is fantastic. I believe we have some of the greatest leaders as principals in this district. I also can say we have some of the most amazing teachers and classified staff that support kids each and every day. So our staff is unbelievable. I tell myself I'm blessed every day with the opportunity to work with everyone in this school district. We have a pretty amazing staff that support kids.
Well, it means that they're secure, and I'm sure that impacts the students to have that security. So that's...
And we've hired in, we have new staff coming in. Every year we do a new staff orientation, and it's just fun to sit in the back of the room and listen to the conversation, because that's where I get to do a lot of learning myself about new staff coming in. And so, and then the opportunity to connect with them on different things as
Yeah.
they're going through several days or a couple days of some teaching and learning from an adult end of what, what is Central School District? What do we stand for? Our principals and my department staff have hired in some
Good.
pretty amazing pieces. I will share one of the things that's tied to Western Oregon, which we're very excited about, is we have the partnership that's with the Bilingual Scholars Program.
Oh, good.
So
Okay.
we have hired our 2 first bilingual scholars
good.
into our school.
Oh,
so we're very
good.
excited that
It was
program,
just 4 years ago
It
that
was.
program started.
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
So we are very, very excited. We're excited for
neat.
that partnership to continue. But
Yeah.
we have hired 2 phenomenal
Good.
young women to help teach and learn and help kids grow in our
That's
community.
great.
So we're really excited
That's
about
really
that as
good.
well.
Well, I'm glad. Are you seeing students who are going forward in college prep then? Is there an increase in
Yeah, we're
graduation? and-
graduation rates we're still waiting on. We have
Okay.
a general number, but there's still I tell people that's still a moving target because
Mm-hmm.
we do get to count students that met criteria over the summer. So we're
Oh,
still
sure.
meeting some of those gathering some of those
Okay.
numbers, but.
Okay.
The information that Ms. Servignon has shared with me, it looks good. I'm not going to go any further
Okay.
because you got to
Okay.
dig
Okay.
into that data to make sure that we have everything.
Yep,
We've,
yep.
as I say, we cross our T's and dot our I's before we share that
Yeah.
information. But I will tell
But
you, the
you're
high school.
hopeful.
I'm very much hopeful, and the high school has done some amazing work, both on continuing to expand
Mm.
college credit and courses, but. There's also been a big push for us to focus on career and technical education. So they have started to
Okay.
build and really look at good pathways for
Good.
students to be involved with.
Things
and
they
so that,
can
because
go
we
into
want kids,
other than.
we want all kids prepared for college, but not every student's going to go to college. So we
Mm-hmm.
also want to make sure that they have pathways to really great careers, that they can leave high school both, again, prepared for college if they want to go, but then can also get into career paths that they're ready to jump into.
So that means the counselors are all being trained along, or
Yeah, we actually
encouraged
hired
to,
a new career and technical education coordinator,
good.
so he's helping to
Okay.
support and really
Wow.
coordinate those pieces.
So all these thoughts,
So
you
exciting.
you put them into practice.
Yes, that's
really
our goal.
good.
I think the other thing that we're really excited about this year is this will be the first year that we have mental health supports in all 5 of the schools
Oh.
full time.
Oh,
So we are very
I'm glad
excited.
you found that in the budget.
Yes, we
there
we
are so many
We've
issues.
worked very closely with Polk County, and we're very excited to work with them in partnership. So we have full-time mental health associates at the elementaries and full-time mental health professionals at the middle school and the high school. So
Good.
this is a first step in making sure.
Yeah.
I talk a lot about we want to make sure that we're supporting the whole child academically, socially, and emotionally, and this is part of that.
That's
that
wonderful.
big step.
Yeah.
We're very excited about it.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to the academic year kicking
I
off.
know.
That's good.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on for the annual. Get us
Absolutely.
revved up and good to go.
Yes.
I appreciate it. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're here with Rex Fuller, my husband and president at Western Oregon University. Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So this is our 3rd or 4th time we've been doing this. I love this time when you tell us the new stuff happening at the school.
Well, at least the 3rd time, I think. So it's
Yeah.
good to be back again. So number of new things are happening on campus. Most importantly, the science remodeling project is on time and on budget, and we expect it to open for classes on September 30th. A big shout out to the facilities folks and our contractors, but more importantly, Dr. Steve Taylor has been kind of the go-to person to make sure that we've stayed on track to finish this in time for fall classes. And everyone's excited to have this new facility ready for classes here in a couple weeks.
Good, good. Then what will be the next building you have
Yeah.
going?
Well, that was about a $9 million project, and then we'll be going out to construction bids on remodeling ITC. That's a seismic upgrade as well as a remodeling of the academic spaces. That will happen this year. And the OMA project will become a welcome center.
Tell us what ITC and OMA stands for. please.
ITC is the Instructional Technology Center. Used to be the lab school, for those who know the campus, for a number of years. Historic building. It houses visual communication design and computer science. That will continue to be the case after remodeling. And that project will begin sometime in the fall for remodeling, doing the first and second floors of that building primarily. OMA is the Oregon Military Academy, now to become the Welcome Center for campus. We have ownership of that building now for about a year, and we'll do remodeling of that. It will house admissions, financial aid. It'll also have an alumni office. And the second floor is living learning space that we hope to use for everything from middle school to returning adults for graduate certificates. So that's an exciting project. And as you know, because you volunteer there, it houses the food pantry. It also will be the home of our print shop and mailroom.
Okay, wow. So where are the folks going in the meantime, the folks that are in this building, ITC?
We've been using the old College of Education building as a temporary set of offices for faculty who are displaced, kind of a staging area, if you will. That was true in the science remodeling project, and that'll continue to be true for the ITC project, where those faculty will have to be relocated during construction. And then they'll move back into those facilities, and then long term, if the legislature approves additional capital projects next session in January, we're hoping to get funding to replace the old College of Education building.
Yeah.
And we hope that'll become a student success center. And we also have in the docket for consideration by the legislature a major upgrade to new PE.
New PE built in 64?
1971.
71, okay.
So that would be a major compliance upgrade for ADA, but also for our women's athletic teams. So we have a chance to really expand our footprint with regard to the teams that we have now really distributed around campus in spaces that are not ideal.
That sounds fabulous. I'm anxious to see how these fabulous things happen. One of the things I want to talk about is what's happening in Salem. Maybe you can share that with us.
Yeah, a number of things are underway this past year. We started offering classes in Salem in winter term of this year. So we've had 2 academic terms, winter and spring. We're leasing space from the Willamette ESD on Pringle Road on an ongoing basis, but we have long known that we need permanent space, and so we're also exploring the possibility of securing space that would become permanent for Western in Salem. So we call it WOU Salem. We're really targeting 2 main audiences there. The returning adult student who hasn't earned their first degree, so we call that some college and no degree. They'll earn bachelor's degrees. But we have a brand new program really designed by Dave Foster and Paul Disney, among others, the Master of Organizational Leadership. That's starting this fall, so just a few weeks. We have about 20 students enrolled already, and that's with a real soft rollout. And we're hoping that the state office workers, for example, will be a primary audience for that program. We're just convinced that in a cohort-style program, that location and these kinds of programs will see good results. So the students in those programs meet face-to-face once a week, and then they do the rest of the work in cohorts remotely. So we call it a hybrid approach to try to economize on the back and forth in class time.
So Fanny in the seat only once a week.
That's right.
Okay.
And then the rest of the work is done in teams using our distance technologies that we support here on campus as well.
Wow. I'm looking forward to it. And all of these things support the vision and the statement of purpose and all of those things you worked so hard on, you and a large number of other people, to get going.
Well, the base for this goes back to the planning process and the whole notion of wanting to continue to enroll first-time, full-time freshmen, which we do, the 18-year-olds, but we've increased our visibility, but also the ease of transferring, so transfer pathways. We're also trying to serve Salem. Salem is one of the few state capitals in the nation that doesn't have a 4-year public college in its city limits, and so we see this as an opportunity for us to provide badly needed access for working professionals, and we think it's a right move. And it's about additional pathways, not excluding the main audience that will come here to campus as freshmen. That will still be true,
right?
But it's about and, not or.
and not or. You know, you were talking about pathways. I remember how many of the community colleges are on board in this?
We've had some great success with the leadership of Kristen Morrow and Dave McDonald and our provost office. We now have dual admission agreements with Clackamas, with Mount Hood, with Portland Community College, Chemeketa, of course. We've had that for a long time. We've added Lynn Benton.
Oh, good.
And we're in the process of having conversations with Lane Community College as well.
Oh, good. Great. Yeah. So almost every school, every community's college system.
Well, there's 17 community colleges in the state of Oregon, so we are starting in the I-5 corridor where the vast majority of the population lives and where we're located. And so from that, we're hoping to make this a universal agreement.
Yeah.
But that is really step by step because each of these requires individual conversations and agreement by the respective campus. And we have a good momentum there. And I hope to see us have agreements with every community college so students can transfer, as you and I did.
Yeah.
Our own story is exactly that.
Yeah, good. So this is a little bit of a preview of what you're going to be presenting at State of the University address in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, on September 16th, we'll start the sort of fall week, if you will, the fall kickoff, the State of the University address. I believe that's at 10 a.m. Or maybe 10:30.
Public welcome.
Public's welcome. It's in Rice Auditorium, and that's a tradition that we've continued and starts that week. And we actually have 2 weeks of what I call a ramp up this year because of the way the calendar falls.
Yeah, it's a strange year if school is starting on the 30th.
Yeah, it gives us actually a time to do more things with orientation and getting departments together and doing their planning. It's an important time for the faculty to come back to campus in particular and look forward to a productive year.
Well, that's wonderful news. Tell me if there's anything else you want to talk about, because we've really enjoyed hearing what's coming up.
Well, as always, we'll be hosting the Smith Fine Arts Series in partnership with that 501c3, and it's an exciting opportunity. That season starts this fall, and I encourage you to go look on the website and join all of us at those series. Our fall sports are in action this week.
Oh, that's right.
Our football team was traveling to Texas this week, and our volleyball and cross-country teams and soccer teams are already in season. And we have 3 new head coaches this year, and excited to have them join the Wolf family. And
what are the sports?
We have a new men's basketball coach, and new volleyball coach, and new women's soccer coach.
Okay.
And all of those folks are well in place and gearing up for the season, and the teams are excited, and we look forward to hosting individuals at that. Our September 14th home football game is free to the public. So free admission if you want to come and see a Division II football game. It's a great chance for us to have a home game here in our stadium.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to end. I'm looking forward to all the community things that the Western does, and that's a very nice kickoff for the school year.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. We're here with Scott McClure. He's the city manager at Monmouth. Welcome.
Thank you.
And city manager for one more month about.
Right.
Yeah. So where are you headed off to next?
City of Canby.
City of
to be
Canby.
the city administrator there.
Just to be up the road a little bit.
Yeah, just a little different, new challenges, a little bit larger community. It has a
Yeah.
lot of things going on. And just it gets us back a little closer to family. Most of our family's up in the Portland area.
Oh,
so.
Good. Well, you've been here with us for a few years. It's a pretty long time for a city manager, I'll bet.
Yep,
13
it is.
years?
Yep. It kind of typically averages about 5 years for a city manager.
Yeah.
And so that's a longer period of time
A
than
long
normal.
time. Well, you've done so much here in our town and our community. I'm trying to think of all the things you're on. I know you've been on Western's Foundation Board, Smith Fine Arts.
Right.
You've held leadership positions there. The West Valley Hospital.
Yeah, foundation board there.
Yeah. Minette. Boy, you helped get that baby going.
Yeah, I came in just when it was just turning services on.
Yeah, wow. Let me think, what else?
Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, sure.
A long term
Chamber.
there, actually longest serving member on that board.
Oh, wow.
And then Monmouth Business Association.
Yes.
I'm the secretary right now.
In which you've just come from. This
Yep,
morning
yep,
was
we had
a,
that meeting, and then the Rotary Club the entire time I've
oh,
been
yes.
here. So.
Yes, and you've held leadership positions in all these. You don't sit back. You get
Yeah,
involved.
it isn't a show up so it looks good on my resume or looks like I'm
Yeah,
involved. It's like,
yeah.
I'm involved.
You're doing
whichever
stuff.
whichever
Yeah.
I'm on. So.
Yeah. So last night, was that your last city council meeting?
No, actually, I'll have two more. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
good.
So we had last night's. I'll get the one more in September,
Okay.
and then I'll catch one meeting in October.
Okay, good. Well, I'm sure there'll be a big party. Say, we'll miss you, Scott. You've done so much. So when you got here, we were still a dry town, weren't we?
No, there was beer and wine.
Oh, okay.
Beer and wine was available.
Okay. What changes have you seen since we can drink other than beer and wine now?
Yeah, well, I think the beer and wine, and then it was. Oh, I always get my dates wrong, but I think it was about 2008, 9 or 10 that we went to full. So now
Okay.
it's full alcohol.
Okay.
And that was a big shift because a lot of businesses that were interested in locating, that's a big
That
part of your
held them
sales.
back.
Some restaurants run 50% or more of their profit is alcohol.
Okay.
And so if you
Okay.
can't do that,
Yeah.
a lot of people just couldn't
Sure.
really go at that point.
Couldn't pencil
you
it
know.
out.
Yeah,
Pencil
so simple things. I think you can look at Yeasty Beastie. You have the ability to sell beers. That's a big part of their business. Crush Wine Bar.
Sure.
You know, obviously, if there's no alcohol, you can't have a
Sure.
wine bar.
True.
Those are
That's
pretty
true.
direct. But I think the other places have enjoyed being able to sell,
Yeah.
mixed drinks with
Yeah.
their things. We have a new business right by City Hall. It's called Craft Bar West.
I'm so glad. Tell us about that one.
When it's a as you think, instead of just doing like painting with wine, which is a typical one, they do signs, different types of craft projects. They they first went for a beer and wine license, and then they started talking to customers, and people were like, "No, we want more.
We want food.
We want food, but we'd also like mixed drinks."
Oh, really? So
they came back and actually did a full on so they could get going. And that was an interesting story when you're in a small town and you're responsive. They had to alter their application. They're ready to open.
Oh,
But if they would have came back a second time for the next council meeting, it would have delayed their ability to open with the full. Our council actually did a special meeting on a non-regular night just to take care of that
Good.
business's liquor license.
good.
And
Good.
that's something you get when you're in a small town.
You know, that is true. That's true. So you've seen a lot of businesses come and go. Well, all the marijuana dispensaries.
Yeah, those are new.
I mean, that's new.
That's been interesting. And I guess when you go back in time, when I got here, the downtown was, you could almost call it okay. There were some vacancies. Some of the business spaces weren't the best. The exteriors of the buildings weren't the best in some cases.
Yeah.
You had more services in the downtown, which is okay, but it's not what you're looking for. You typically want,
Sure.
restaurants and
Sure.
retail stores,
Sure.
shops selling products.
Yeah.
And that's been the big shift over time.
Okay. Okay.
And so I think when you look at the downtown where it was 13 years ago to now, very much transformed. Buildings have been amazing, and that's been an awesome one because we
That's right.
we have a facade grant program that'll help with the repairs, but the business has to step up, and we've been blessed with business owners, building owners that care about their buildings.
Well, I know Petals and Vines.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
the most recent,
That was a big
maybe?
one, right? Yeah.
Was CrossFit? No,
Yeah, they came
Firehouse
in.
CrossFit?
Most all of the older buildings in downtown have been renovated over
Renovated?
the last years, and so that's a matter of caring about your
Good,
space.
good.
And then we've got better businesses, I think, more productive
As a result.
businesses. What we hear over and over, particularly from people that haven't been in town for a while, they come back through and they go, "Oh my gosh, this looks amazing!
Yeah.
This is incredible."
Yeah,
I had a fun one. I have a niece and a nephew that both went to Western Oregon University, and they came down to a family function, decided to swing through campus, and then they swung through downtown, and they were like,
blown away.
"Hey,
Yeah.
why wasn't it like this when we were here?"
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure. Well, just in the past 4 years we've been here, huge changes and fun.
Yeah.
It's good to see this revitalization, and
Yeah.
it's awesome.
It's gone really well, and what's been nice is the city was very focused on the downtown, so the facade program. We did the streetscape project out to 99.
Yeah.
Now you have the lights that go all the way down at Christmas time.
Yes, that's
And then
wonderful.
focusing on Main Street Park, that was a big one too. Building the fountain,
Amphitheater.
and then building the amphitheater, pushing more events into the park, so we're getting more activity there. A neat
Yeah.
one that happened this summer was the CrossFit building, the sponsor there. They did and kind of an athletic event, a competition
I drove
based on
by and
CrossFit
saw
skills, and
that.
so that's. We'd like to see more of that.
Yeah,
Other
yeah.
groups coming in and really using the
Yeah.
park and getting more of a bang
I
for the
think
buck out
that's
of it.
great. I think that's really awesome. Yeah, I think people feel confident that they can work with City Hall and get things going.
Yeah.
So, is that what you take the most pride in? What do you see as your legacy for your?
Yeah, I think legacy. The one part that's kind of invisible is just running good services. I mean, we're there to provide services. That's what we do. Whether it's programming at the senior center, the library, taking care of streets,
Sure,
the water system,
sure.
wastewater and water are typically invisible, but
Yeah,
we're taking
it's
care
true.
of those.
It's true.
So we do a good job, and we've always been financially responsible as we've done it. No matter what's going on, whether it's a recession, we're getting our
You still
our
have-
PERS hits in the retirement system, our contribution rates go up. We've absorbed those. We make
Okay.
good decisions. Everybody does a
Good.
really good job taking
Good.
care of basic services. On top of that, the nice thing is we've been able to do that, but also make huge amounts of progress in the
Right.
process. So,
Right.
utility systems, we've upgraded our water system, our wastewater system, electric system.
Power and light.
Yeah, big
have
ones.
that too.
Buildings were a huge one. When I got here, pretty much the library was the only decent building the city had.
Huh.
And that's even at a 20-year-old kind of phase. But
Yeah.
so we obviously moved into a new police station.
Right.
That was voter funded. So we actually
Right.
had to go out for a bond. That was pretty amazing. We went out for a bond in a recession, and we got a 59% yes vote,
Good.
which is dang high.
Good,
It was actually
good.
blew through what even the consultants thought we could get.
Good.
So I think that's a good sense of
Yeah.
where we stand in the community. We presented the need. We went through, and we've obviously did an expansion on the senior center. You know,
And that's fabulous.
Yep, that's
That's
really
great.
helped out. They were very congested. Power and light building, we just moved into a new building. Public Works used to share space with Power and
Right.
Light.
They
Now
get the
Public
whole
Works gets to
shebang.
rejigger things, move things around, change their spaces to make it work
Yeah.
for them. And then kind of the last, maybe of the dominoes, maybe is City Hall.
So when
So,
is that gonna?
yeah.
When do you? I know
Yeah.
you won't be here for that.
I won't.
will you?
That's a tough one. And it was an interesting one because when I got to Monmouth, City Hall was one of the main focuses. I was supposed to get that taken care of.
Yeah.
And then we did a comprehensive study of buildings, and it wasn't the number one priority anymore. We had some
Oh,
other
sure.
buildings that we wanted to move on, and so now it's kind of at the tail end.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
have consultants that are working on a new design for a building,
Good, good.
getting it all spec'd out. We'll actually present to council at the next council meeting.
Okay.
And-
So I'm glad you'll
and
be here for
get some
that.
direction.
Kind of bookends in a way.
Yeah, and more than likely, with the dollar figure on that,
Go out for bond.
more than likely, that's probably the direction they'll go.
Makes
is
sense.
take it out to the voters and
Yeah.
actually get
Yeah.
proper space for once. But it's just a bad building.
Well,
It really
it's
is.
not ADA compliant.
It's
I
not
mean,
close. It's
who's going to get up those
Yeah.
steep stairs
No,
to come
and we've
visit
got
you?
space problems. We have a tiny lobby. We have a huge volume of customers
Yeah.
that come through,
Yeah.
particularly with the electric service, and then
Yeah.
the students coming in and out at different phases of the year. And there's functionally no lobby.
That's true.
We have,
You have to go
they're like on top of each other downstairs.
That's
We
right.
have water issues coming.
It's
in the
all
building.
legitimate. It's all legitimate.
Electrical's bad. We had a couple times we've had upstairs. We'll bring in the accountants for the audit,
Oh.
and then they have devices. They have their laptops, and so we bring in a power
Surge
cord.
protectors.
And then if they plug their devices in, and then we turn the microwave on, it blows everything.
Just like, let me unplug the iron so I can plug in the
That's
TV.
about where we are.
Yeah, that's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny. So
Yeah.
you've had your family is here, and as we've talked before, you're, didn't you just have a marriage, a
did.
wedding in the family?
Yeah, so that's an
So that
interesting one
was-
with how families go and things
Yeah.
happen. So our first, yes, my daughter just got married this year. She's down at Oregon State.
Mm-hmm.
And where that's intriguing, though, with where she's going to land is her husband wants to do a hospitality management program
Oh.
in Florida.
Oh.
So probably within a year,
I've heard that's
they'll
a
be
good
down in
program.
Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you wonder with news recently why going to Florida would be a good idea.
Oh,
but,
that's true. Maybe
but-
not today,
yeah,
maybe not
maybe
tomorrow,
not,
but
yeah, you got that. And then my son graduated from Oregon State,
Yeah.
chemical engineering degree. Now he's doing materials engineering at Purdue in Indiana.
Purdue, yes.
Yeah, so we've been out there a couple times to visit
yeah.
him, and he's doing great. We have no idea where he'll end up or what he's going to do.
See,
but-
that's the thing. You get to you fly, little birdies. You know, leave the nest, and
Yeah.
you don't have to stay put
Yeah,
anymore.
we'll see where they go.
So this gave you this freedom in a way.
In a lot of cases, it was
yeah.
flexibility because
Yeah.
different. You know, in the past, we were wondering about where we're going to go, how close is it to family, what are the schools, you know, stability.
Yeah,
you know,
all the
when do
priorities you have to
shift,
have.
and- yeah, and like I know, you know, a fair amount of people, like when their kids get to like high school age, you know, it's like, okay, I need to let them get through high school.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and hopefully
exactly.
don't do a transition.
And do not
then.
move in their freshman year of high school. They will hate you forever.
It is, and so we obviously we got through that window, you know, really well with our kids. They were 4 years apart in school.
Yeah.
But that worked out fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, that's awesome. We're going to miss you.
Yeah, well, thank you.
It's been a good
it's been,
ride.
Oh, it's been amazing, and I think what I come back to with Monmouth is it's really, we're a total package as an organization because we've had great council leadership,
Yeah.
lots of different counselors over
Yeah,
time, different
yeah.
mayors, but we've always moved
different
forward.
focuses, emphasis on
Yeah,
different
but we've
things.
always adapted, adjusted.
Yeah.
I have great department heads at the city, just very, very disciplined, very dedicated people do their job, and then all the way through our line staff, all the way
Yeah.
down to folks out in the field.
Yeah.
You know, people that work at the library, everybody's really hardworking here.
That's true.
Real easy to get along
Yep.
with, and
Yeah.
I think we've done a good job reaching out
I
to the
find-
community, listening, finding out what people want, and trying to
I find
deliver.
that to be very true. I love this size community. People have been super, really good to work with, and they have that feeling of community and doing things for the best. You have been an outstanding member of our Making Spirits Bright committee.
Thank you.
And one of your last acts will be to order some light displays for the park.
Ooh, we'll have to do
Let's
that,
go
yes.
crazy. Let's do something fun and wild.
Okay, so it's okay if I get an Easter bunny?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
no.
Okay.
Well, it's been super having you on the show and super having you as our CEO of town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to you.
All right.
Okay. And we'll be right back. Weren't they terrific guests? Boy, I love hearing about how the university and the school district is doing. And I want to say thank you to Scott for all his service here in the city of Monmouth and wish him well for the next years in Canby. You can see our program on the Wimpeg channel YouTube, our Easy Video, channel 21, and of course Polk Salad, a bounty of conversation, our Facebook page. Until next month, we'll see you around town. Thank you for joining